Okay, let's try this again and hope that it works. Hey, this is Alchemist. You're probably going to see a bunch of different videos today. That is because we're having another go at getting this capture card working. Sorry, you didn't see my mouse. So, before, we were having problems with the sound. It would seem to, like, desync between what was going on screen, and there seemed to be some input lag. No input lag this time. I am playing it directly off the capture card. And it would seem that the audio is working fine. What I'm doing right now is I've basically got the, I'm basically listening directly to the capture card's audio. I'm not piping it through the capture software. I'm listening directly to it, and I'm having Bandicam record everything. Hopefully that works. But I have resorted to Twitch for some time for recording off console, and lately Twitch has been real shitty with regards to, especially with the stupid blocked scenes. I'm so tired of dealing with blocked scenes. And before I go back and finish Final Fantasy VII, or the remake, because I have to redo the entire last chapter of the remake because it's all blocked. You know, and I know it's like, yeah, sure, it's elsewhere on YouTube, but it's the principle of the thing. Damn it, it's my last chapter of the remake, and I gotta get that working. But I figured I'd start my tests with Star Trek Online. Yep, the animations are jank as fuck, but it does seem that the audio is working. Alright. Let's go ahead and do that event while I'm here. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this stupid TFO. So I can get the not Blades of Chaos. Although they have been adding some variety, some weapon variety to melee combat, mostly in the form of nanopulse weapons. I'm overburdened with nanopulse weapons at this point. I got, like, nanopulse pistols with, like, nanopulse knives. I've got actual nanopulse knives. I got nanopulse batleths, nanopulse mechleths, nanopulse lurpas, nanopulse sonic electronic ball breakers at this point. Nanopulse Targs. It's frankly getting Nanopulse ridiculous at this point. Especially since there's not gonna, they're gonna give you all this other Nanopulse shit, but they're not gonna, but you can't upgrade like the Nanopulse like Lurpa. Fuck you. The fuck you say?
A car of House Mokai has a fleet in orbit over Rua Pente. His forces have disabled the satellite control stations in orbit and landed on the surface. They're freeing the prisoners there. We must destroy Akar's fleet, reactivate the stations, and prevent the prisoners from escaping.
What enemies are in the area?
There's an enemy fleet holding position between us and Rua Pente.
The hell is that noise?
There's bound to be in the area. Ready. Right. The Mokai figured out how to bypass the defenses of the satellites and disable them. We need to deal with that as well. Remember, the Mokai are devious. If I know a car, this whole operation is a trap. Be on your guard at all times.
Where is he?
We can't say for sure, but we know he's in charge of the operation. He's out there, probably under cloak. like the scheming petard he is. I expect he'll show that hideous face of his when we least expect it, and try to put his blade in our backs.
Anything else we should be aware of?
There's an enemy fleet holding position between us and we're within 5 kilometers of the station to react. Bound to be, and remember,
Alright.
Once we've dealt with that fleet,
Yes. Okay. So, this is the legendary galaxy.
the defense satellites are targeting us.
It is a wall. It is wall.
stay within 5 kilometers of our station to cover.
Destroy the infiltrator. Solve that problem permanently.
Okay. I was wondering where the hell all the TOS phases were coming from. I knew there had to be an atlas or something. Alright. So, Gamma. I'm heading over to Gamma. This thing is a wall. This thing is... Once you build it, it's fucking immortal. I'm not concerned about the satellites at all.
Control station Gamma.
So, yeah, you're real spoiled on console with auto fire powers. Okay, I'm gonna head back to, head over here, because we're about to have a lot of stuff to have to do. You're real spoiled with auto fire powers, especially with this thing. Auto fire powers, if you have like lots of automatic heals and buffs, and especially if you're using beam overload and that lance weapon frequently, you're basically just constantly gaining like 50,000 bonus temporary HP, and so they have to get through that before they get to your shields.
Prisoners commandeered transport vessels and are lifting off from Rua Pinte. We're also reading a force of enemy vessels approaching at high warp.
The Mokai will try to take control of the satellites again. Take out any infiltrators you see. Beam over a security team to capture disabled transports. The transports will rendezvous with the Kittimer once they're under our control. Protect captured transports if you can. The Mokai might try to destroy them to keep their warriors on board out of our hands.
They're bad at it. But yeah, so like you're constantly getting like 50,000 temporary HP.
Mokai infiltrator. Smoke-Eye infiltrators closing on Beta Station. Stop them!
Beta's good. I'm waiting for the big wave of prisoners to start.
2 more transports just broke atmosphere. Don't let them escape.
Infiltrators closing on Alpha and Gamma stations. Wipe them out.
Okay, Alpha's covered.
Picking up 3 more transports on system. Stop.
Smoke-Eye infiltrators closing on all stations. Stop them!
Okay, let's get over to this one.
5. I repeat, 5 transports just broke through.
No.
All ships, these transports are making a break. Do not let them get away.
Don't know why I just rallied, but I did. I don't need to hit something to benefit from that beam. Just need to shoot it off. Thanks, I needed the temp HP. I didn't need the temp HP, but I wanted it. So thanks, Bird of Prey. That should be all the transports. Excuse me, motherfucker. Yes, yes, yes. The transports are leaving the planet, I get it. Could they hurry up a little bit? This is just busy work at this point. Can someone tell me put it in the comments. Does this TFO even have a failure state?
Must withdraw.
Looks like we stopped them. The prison is secure, and the rebels have been stopped. Stand by to assist the security forces on Rua Pinte.
I feel like you could have just not put that first sentence and we would have gotten the meeting fine. That's too many uses of the... You've told them that we stopped them twice. But then again, Cryptic's proofreading has become notoriously awful, especially when it comes to dev blogs.
Looks like the Mokai have something to say. I'm getting a hail from Akar. Patching you in.
I think you'll find my virus is more resilient than you imagined.
Every dilithium hauler in the system just altered course. They're heading for the control stations. Cunning bastard turned them into seeking weapons. Very explosive seeking weapons.
Dilithium doesn't explode.
Destroy them. But stay...
Yo, this ain't Discovery. Dilithium doesn't explode. Or at least it shouldn't. Like, dilithium is a catalyst. Dilithium is the control rod on nuclear, on matter-antimatter reactions. It is the means of controlling them. Why the fuck would it explode? Dilithium is not uranium. And uranium doesn't explode. Not unless you make it explode. Alright, let's nip this in the bud. I do like the planner shockwave they send out. That's a nice reference. Oh, where's those last two? Oh, never mind.
All ships, withdraw!
All ships withdraw! I shouldn't make fun of Robert O'Reilly. It's great to have him back. I think I'm trying to tier 6 competitive, so let's get that. And leave map. Well, we'll hear Kagran.
Victory is ours!
Or Martok.
The rebels have fled like scalded targs, and Rua Pente has been secured. If only we were able to put Akar in a cell down there. Another day, perhaps.
How did we do? Where did a car go?
Ah! He's probably flying back to Jeula with his tail between his legs. If we're lucky, she'll put a blade in him for failing today. But I wouldn't count on that. That Catal has a knack for survival, after all. Victory is ours!
Sure it is. Whatever. But yeah, that doesn't make fucking sense. Like, dilithium... So, like, the dilithium didn't explode on its own on Praxis. That's what the shockwave is referencing. Let me go ahead to the bridge. The dilithium mines on Praxis didn't explode on their own. They exploded because of insufficient safety precautions and massive overmining. You see, the reason why dilithium is so important in Star Trek is because it is the control rod for the matter-antimatter reactions that starships run on. Note that you do not require dilithium to do this. Before dilithium, there were injectors on Enterprise. They used plasma injectors, although those would constantly burn out, and the ship was always at risk of being stranded. But there are other means of controlling matter-antimatter reactions without dilithium. So Discovery's just dumb. It's just dumb. It's just a dumb fucking show. But what the dilithium does is actually, why am I here? There's a much better place for me to talk about this. Because there's an example right here of how it works. So let's go ahead and have a look at the warp core. Now, this is going really fast, and normally when the warp core is going this fast would be a very bad thing. But you see the pulse of light, the pulses of light from the top and the bottom moving down into the center. Those are actual magnetic fields. Well, not actual. It's a video game. It's fiction, but those are magnetic fields carrying single molecules of hydrogen and antihydrogen into the center, where they are channeled through the crystalline structure of the dilithium. And it is a property of that dilithium that it can control the reaction in such a way that you can safely harness it. Matter and antimatter don't like each other. They annihilate when they come in contact with another. In fact, it's estimated that it would only take you a gram of antimatter to reach orbit. To put, like, the largest rocket we've ever built into orbit. Just a gram. That's the kind of power we're dealing with when these two molecules annihilate. And the dilithium controls that so you can safely harness that energy. And that is what is coming out in the those red conduits off of the sides. Those are heading directly to the warp engines. Well, there should be a third one because this is a dreadnought, but this is the standard Galaxy engine room. So that's good enough. So those red conduits go out to the warp engines, and they power the field coils. Those blue things. That's what's inside those blue things. Those warp nacelles, the Galaxy's warp nacelles, are actually hollow. They're mostly empty space, occupied by these huge field coils. And that's how you power a warp drive. So, like, dilithium exploding is dumb. Because if dilithium was prone to exploding on its own, there would be no point in using it. Because the whole point of dilithium is that it's so fucking stable that it can that it is reliable, that you can rely upon it to safely contain and control a matter-antimatter reaction on a constant basis. Like, look at that. Each two pulses on the top and bottom, that each pulse from the top and the bottom that heads to the center at the same time is a matter-antimatter collision in the center. That's the amount of force that's being unleashed in this crystal, in this crystalline structure. If this thing was at all unstable, the ship would have exploded by now. So, it's dumb. It's really spectacularly dumb. Now, you would have to, in order for the burn to happen, something would have to happen that would just change the property of all dilithium in the galaxy all at once. No. Sorry. Your premise is stupid. That is as stupid as a mushroom drive. And the mushroom drive is so stupid that the show has continually acknowledged from season 2 onward that a mushroom drive is stupid by constantly calling it a mushroom drive. The characters on the show make fun of it. Because it's dumb. So, dilithium does not explode. Another reason why Discovery is dumb is because the Romulan, dilithium is a local thing. Like, not only are there ways to control that reaction that do not involve dilithium, not everybody uses matter-antimatter reactions to power their drives. The Voth don't do it. The Romulans don't do it. The Romulans should be fucking everywhere. If the Federation and the Klingons and the Cardassians and the Ferengi and all these ships just blew up, and all of these interstellar empires just crumbled overnight, the Romulans should be everywhere. They should be everywhere, because they use singularity drives. They use artificial black holes to power their ships. They don't use dilithium. Never did. I don't think. Anyways. I think that the first bird of prey from TOS was nuclear. I think. But that was mainly while they were still dialing in. I don't know if they even had mentioned the Federation yet. I think it was still United Earth Space Probe Agency or some stupid stuff like that. I miss you know what's terrible? Is I'm sitting here with this invincible battleship. And all I can think of is I miss the fucking galaxy. I'm in a galaxy. This is a galaxy class. This thing is a galaxy class, but it's like a galaxy class in pursuit mode. It's not really... It's a galaxy class with a bunch of stuff bolted on it. It's just kind of weird. Like that stupid... There's nowhere that I could really... Let's go to... Oh my god. Is that the motion picture captain vest? The Generations vest? Looks like it. Yeah, that's it. First of all, this is 6,000 Zen. And you don't even get the raw skin. So, right off the bat, fuck you very much, Cryptic. But also, look at it, look at this thing. I cannot imagine feeling at all secure with 2 torpedo launchers hovering over me all day, every day. Because that's what those are. Those are torpedo launchers. And those are the windows to the conference lounge. Like, hold on a fucking minute. Right? Like, you've blocked my view. And you've blocked my view with, like, imminent death. Like, at any moment. Like, just, could you maybe, like, put those someplace else? Like, on the bottom of the ship? Like, under the deflector, or to the sides of the deflector or something? You know, someplace where, A, it's not blocking the view of the conference lounge, and B, like, you could have put them on the sides of that big ass cannon. You know, could have put a torpedo launcher there. There's room for a torpedo launcher. There's that big sort of hump in the middle of the cannon. You could have put one in there. And I like, the idea is that so the saucer has torpedo launchers, because the ship could still separate. So the saucer would still have, like, torpedo launchers. It would still have a massive phaser cannon, which I think is completely superfluous, because it's you got phaser strips all over the place. The cannon is useful for opportunity attacks, but it's not really useful in what you would refer to as CQB, from everything I've seen in the game so far, flying one of these. But I'm just missing the normal Galaxy, man. Especially standing in the Galaxy interior. I just miss a Galaxy class. So I got this mainly via dilithium. I did drop $10 to top it off. It was 4,000 at the time. And when you release a $6,000, or not $6,000, fuck you, if you release a $6,000, no, I will attack California if you do that. But if you release a 6,000 Zen Galaxy pack with some cool shit in it, like, it had better be, I don't know what I'm doing, it had better have some cool shit. You know, I'm talking, like, it's got to have the medical coat. It's got to have, like, that cool comm badge from, like, Future Imperfect. It's got to have, like, it's got to have, like, the engineer coat that, like, Torres had, and, like, Voyager. It's got to have the long coat, because there's actually, like, All Good Things, and, not All Good Things, Endgame, the Voyager one. The Voyager finale had, like, this, had the All Good Things uniform, but it also had a long coat that went over it, like a black long coat with, like, division color piping around the shoulder. That looked cool. I want that. You know, the desert uniform from, like, Deep Space Nine, where it, like, they have, like, these white Starfleet desert robes when they're running around looking for, like, the orb of the emissary on, like, on Jakkuine or whatever the hell. Tyree, I think it's called. Planet Tyree. Yeah, it's gotta have some cool shit in it. You know, don't just, like, repurpose FOMO shit. Put some cool shit in there with that legendary galaxy. And I will happily pay 6,000 Zen. I ain't paying, like, what the fuck does this pack cost? Because they got stupid, real stupid with some of these packs. Legendary Romulan Captain Bundle. I am not paying $120 fucking dollars for what is effectively a Tier 7 Galaxy class cryptic. 6,000 is pretty much the limit of Zen that I'm going to spend on this game if I buy something. You know, that's pretty much the limit. The only thing I ground for was the lifetime, and I don't even get fucking free Zen, like, every month on console, you assholes. So, yeah. I couldn't even carry my shit over from PC. I'm sure as hell not spending $120 fucking on something that doesn't even carry over to PC. Put the bundle, like TNG bundle, 6,000 Zen tops. I will happily patronize you for it. I will happily buy that. I ain't buying no $120 bundle.